YouTube, how you guys doing today? Facebook, what is going on? I am your host, your one and only sister, auntie, teacher, spiritual healer, whatever you may look at me and categorize me as. I'm your girl, your one and only host, Magda Annette Soto, aka Aunt Maggie, your humble sister, the humble servant, here to walk with you, to show you and guide you what it really truly is to live in joy, in peace, tranquility, and happiness. Welcome to my live community event. I am a co author of the number one best selling book called Heart Set. Look it up in Amazon. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. I decided after all the messages that were sent to me about, hi Brian, how you doing, love? After all the messages that were sent to me via text and DMs, Mami Bendición, to do it on Facebook because there's a lot of people that I have on Facebook that's not truly technique and don't know how to subscribe or get into the YouTube. So I decided to, for now, do it on both platforms. And I am so humbly to come in here and share my experience, strength, and hope. You see, I chose the topic today, seasons, because everyone is going through a season, whether it's a hardship, a struggle, or just a season of reaping what they sowed. We all are going through some hardships at times that we just don't quite put our finger and we just don't quite know how to get out of. And the Lord nudged me today and said, tell my people that God blesses you who are hungry. Now for you will be satisfied. God blesses you who weep now, for in due time you will laugh. So you see, it says very clearly here on Luke 6:21 that God blesses you who are hungry now, for you will be satisfied. So if you're hungry now with whatever it is in your season of life that you don't have quite right now, you best believe if you're sitting in your joy and you're praising him and thanking him before you see it, you will get to see it. Meaning, it says it in the word, and he does not lie. He makes no lies. He's a perfect God. And it says, if you are hungry in this season, just hold on and wait because you will be satisfied. Also, it says that when you're weeping now, you can weep now, but in due time, you will laugh. How much greater, how much love does this Spirit of God have for us that He can assure us that this is only temporary, whatever it is that we go through, nothing lasts forever. It's not like the energy. The energy just does not rest. Energy is constantly going. But when you put yourself and you rest on the Lord, He can give you that rest that you need in hardship. And in due time, if you're weeping now, He promises for you to laugh later. And if you're hungry now with whatever you're going through in life, He is promising for us to be satisfied in abundance if you can just believe. It can, and if you just can open yourself a little to a belief that His promises are yes and amen. Hola, Pito, ¿cómo estás, mi amor? Dios te bendiga. His promises are yes and amen. So, si uno se aguanta un poquito, la paciencia que a veces uno no tiene, si te aguantas un poquito y empiezas a decir gracias por lo que tú no tienes, por lo que tú quieres, si Él ve que tú eres agradecido con lo poquito que tú tienes. Imagínate lo que Él puede hacer con más. A veces nuestro Señor Jesucristo nos prueba a nosotros para ver si somos agradecidos con lo que tenemos, para entonces Él darnos la abundancia, la bendición que está para nosotros. Tú ves, Dios no quiso que nosotros estuviéramos viviendo en esta vida de tanto sufrimiento y tanto dolor. Por eso es que todo es temporal. Por eso es que dice, everything is a season. Everything is a season. Por eso es que todo es temporal, porque no todo dura para siempre. Si tú estás pasando por una desgracia ahora mismo, en estos momentos, dale gracias a Dios, porque en esa desgracia, a lo mejor tú tienes que aprender una lección y no lo sabes todavía, porque no entendemos las razones y el plan que Dios tiene para nosotros. Pero si tú te pones a pensar y decir, ok, esto es una lección para mí, para yo poder aprender y abrir los ojos, pues quizás déjame aprenderlo. Y cuando Él vea que ya tú aprendiste de esa lección, ahí Él viene y te levanta esa desgracia y te da la abundancia que tú te mereces. Porque todo en la vida a nosotros no nos dan porque no lo merecemos. Si tú eres una persona orgullosa, tú eres una persona que no eres agradecido por lo que Dios te ha dado, guess what? Él te va a dar, Él te va a pagar con la misma moneda, Él te va a pagar de la misma manera. Por eso es que es sumamente importante para nosotros estar en la gracia del Señor siempre, en el Espíritu Santo y siempre dándole gracias al Señor por lo poquito que tenemos. Porque date cuenta, una persona que está al lado tuyo puede estar pasando una cosa peor que tú. Si tú tienes techo, tienes comida, estás en bendición, estás en abundancia. Porque hay gente que ahora mismo no tiene dónde where to put if you have food on your table and you have a house, a roof over your head to lay your head, then guess what? You're living in a blessing and in abundance because there's people right next to you that they're fighting a battle you know nothing of. There are people out there that don't even have a pillow to lay their head in. They don't have the warmth of being in a house with their family members. They don't have a hot plate of food in their hands right now. So if you have that, you are beyond blessed. If you're working, you are beyond blessed. There are people that can't even find jobs, although we have jobs, but they can't find the right one that will treat them with the right attitude and the right pay. Because you see, there's so much going on in this world that people would like to take advantage of you. There's a lot of people. Hi, Carol. Hi, Caroline, mommy. How you doing? Elaine, how y'all doing? I hope y'all doing well. Sending blessings your way. So if we can be grateful for the little that we have and look to the side of people that really are going through it, then you don't have it that bad, do you? If you have health and you're breathing and you have a way to get finance and you have help and you have your kids with you and you have a house to lay your head, like I said, nice in the heater, it's starting to get cold, then you are beyond blessed. Sometimes we eat things and we complain about not wanting to eat a certain food or not a certain meat. But do you know that at least we have something to eat? There are a lot of people in this world today that don't even have a plate of food. So when we are truly grateful for the little things that we have, despite our tribulations, our trials, our struggles, despite all of that, you can really think and say, think about it. I'm truly blessed. I am truly blessed. I have my health. I don't have everything I want, but I have my health. And as long as I have my health, I can attain everything I want. I can have everything I want. If I only have health, you can do whatever you choose to do in life. It is up to us to pick up that cross and walk it. It is up to us to follow what needs to do, put a right foot in front of the other. It is up to us. Nobody's coming. Nobody's coming to save you. Nobody's coming to tell you you're doing this wrong, you're doing this right. Nobody. Because when you're doing the right thing for you and your family, it is up to you. And it sucks because sometimes people don't do it because they don't want to be alone. And people don't do it because then they start to feel lonely. Trust me, I know. I've been down that road. And sometimes it's very quickly to fall down the cracks into the old habits because if you don't have someone there constantly reminding you how great you are, how blessed you truly are, and to remind you of the gifts that's already inside of us, then we sometimes think, why do it if no one is here reminding me how great I am or giving me the props and being proud of the things that I'm doing? Well, let me be the first. Let me be the first to say we have gifts inside of us that the Lord has given us, and it is up to us to unwrap it and show the world. Why is it that when we're little kids and it's Christmas time, right? We show the world what we've been gifted, but we're so afraid to open our gifts to the world. We each and every one of us have a story that needs to be shared, but we are too embarrassed, too ashamed, too guilty, and we close it up. We don't want to open up to the world. And can I tell you that once I opened up my story and I opened myself up because I'm very hot, I'm humble, open, and transparent with anyone who meets me. I am like an open book. You ask me anything, and I will tell you straight up the way it is because I've come far from where I used to be. So I am very proud of myself, of the woman that I am becoming. I'm not there 100% yet, but I'm striving, I'm thriving to get there one day because this is called progression, not perfection. I'm not perfect by any means, but I try to do the best I know how, putting one foot in front of the other and helping my community and helping people along the way to get to where I am. Because guess what? Being where I am today has opened opportunities and doors that I never thought that could ever happen. I never thought I was able to write a book. I wrote my first book. I never thought I was going to be a boss, my own boss. I am my own boss. So when you truly open up to the greatness that's inside of you and you let that greatness shine and become the light that the world needs, opportunity starts falling in your lap because that's what you will start to attract. Because you start to ask yourself, who would I become when I am a CEO of my own empire? How would I act? How would I sit? How would I talk? How would I be? What would be my answer? Well, things like that. Those are the kind of things I think about. I think about expanding my brain, expanding my ministry, expanding, because there are people out there that are suffering, and there are people out there that really needs your story. We sometimes think we're by ourselves and that our story is unique. Newsflash, it's not that unique. Our story, we individually are unique all the way around. No one can ever be like you. There's only one of you. But your story repeats itself. Look at it. It's a generational curse. We all go through the same things. We all go through the same battles, especially when it's culture. So why not be a vessel for the Lord and tell your story to someone that you might perhaps one day help and lift up. You never know who you can help by saying your story. You never know who needs to hear that word of encouragement and how you got through with what you went through. You never know who's out there waiting to hear your story and waiting to hear how you got through it. Once upon a time when I was in my full blown addiction, I didn't know who to talk to. I didn't know who to talk to because my family turned their backs on me. So I felt really alone. And I thought at one point, because I felt so guilty, I felt so dirty, I felt so not worthy of anyone's love, I shut down. I shut down for a long time. And it's not until I started going to the rooms of Alcoholics Anonymous and Narcotics Anonymous, and I started getting the help and the treatment of therapy and psychiatrists and psychologists to really think and know that what I was going through is a sickness. Just like when you get cancer, that's how addiction is. It's a sickness that it's outside of you. It's an chemical imbalance in your brain that makes you want to do impulsive things day in and day out. And then once you start getting clean, it turns to be a mental obsession. And you think you never would go through that. You think you can never get out of that darkness. And when I thought I didn't, until I got on my knees one day and I was getting ready to take my own life because I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. I was sick and tired of waking up sick every day. I was sick and tired of begging people for money. I was sick and tired of being homeless. I was sick and tired of not having a place to sleep at night. I was sick and tired of walking up and down the streets day in, day out. I had frostbites on my fingers and my toes. I thought I was going to die doing the drugs. I thought it was going to take me out. And before it took me out, I wanted to take my own life because I was suffering inside and outside. And I was making my family suffer too. But when I got on my knees and I said, God, please take control of my life. I can't do this anymore. I really couldn't do it anymore. And I said, enough is enough. When I hit 25, I was going to be done with my life. But God sent me an angel. And that's why I love her so much. I'm not going to say her last name, but her name is Maria. She took me under her wing. And she taught me everything I know today. She taught me and spoke to me every single day, telling me how worthy I was, telling me that I was still young. I had a whole life ahead of me, telling me the things that I just needed to hear because I forgot who I was. I was so deep into it that I forgot who Annette was. And it's now in my 40s that I'm starting to learn who I am today. So it's never too late for you to know who you truly are and what your purpose is. It's never too late to learn and educate yourself about finding ways to be better physically, mentally, spiritually. It's never too late. I dust myself off. I started going to school and I had the passion again to live Because if it's one thing that addiction does, it rips your whole emotions out. You become a numb person and you just don't care about anybody else but yourself. I was so selfish, but today I can be self-full. I can be self-full because I make sure that I fill my cup up first before I pour into others. Because what is it? Why would I fill your cup first if then I won't know what the hell I'm talking about? So I speak about my experience, strength, and hope, things I went through, things I'm going through, to see if you can pick up that message and say, you know what? If she can do it, so can I. And we can do this together, collectively, in a union, like a community. I never said it was going to be easy, but it sure will be worth it. It sure will be worth it. So I want to invite you. I said before 2 days ago, I gave you a challenge of 90 days. So I want to invite you that for the next 30 days, I didn't even put 90, for the next 30 days, you stay still enough to hear who you truly are, to hear what you want out of life, and to hear what is your happiness. Who are you? Ask these questions. What do I want? Where do I see myself in 5 years? What am I doing? Who am I with? For the next 30 days, block your ears for negativity and open your eyes for positivity. And look at the signs and wonders that we get every single day. If you're asking the Lord a question, open your eyes enough to see the answer. Because sometimes the answer is right in front of us. But we're not paying attention and we don't have the awareness to know that we've asked the question and that we see the answer, but we're not aware. So for the next 30 days, speak life into your life. Speak life to those around you. And believe before you doubt. Believe before you say, that's not going to work. No. What if it does? What if it does? What can be the worst thing that happens? You change your life. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? That's a very good thing. I know a couple of people that have been implementing what I've been speaking of in my podcast, and they see the changes in their lives. They send me messages thanking me every single day. So I know it works. But it is up to you to make the change. Where do you see yourself in the next 30 days? What are you doing? Who are you with? The thing that helped me out too, I don't know if you can adopt this, but there's a radio station that I listen to all the time, 104.9, and it's called K Love, my favorite station of it all. When I started walking and in the journey of being clean and sober, that helped me out a lot. Because sometimes what we listen to, what we're hearing, triggers us to do certain things that we don't want to do. And that was my problem. Every time I used to hear a song that used to make me want to drink or get high, that's what I would do. I remember a time that the sun I was triggered by the sun. Every time it was nice weather, it was party time. And I can today see the sun, admire it, sunbathe, and just meditate on it. So I've come a long way. It will never be easy, but it will be worth it. So I want to say a little prayer really quick here. God, I am thankful that you created all the different seasons, both physical seasons and life seasons. Help me to remember that there are good times to be found in each season. I want to be grateful at all times and trust you to do a wonderful work in me. I hope that this message can be shared, liked, and comment. I hope and pray that this message works for someone, that someone can take this message and say, you know what? I like her energy. I like where she's come. She's come a long way. Let me give this thing called life a chance. I want to invite you to walk with me in the journey of positivity, inspiration, elevation, and motivation. And give yourself a chance. It's never too late. I love you all. I'm going to leave you like I always get to leave you. If you believe, you can achieve. I love you. God bless you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you all for all the messages that you guys sent me, for all the love, for all the gratefulness, for all the positivity. I'm sending it right back at you. I love you back. I'm so grateful for you back. Everything you guys send me, I love you. God bless. Good night. Good night, Brian.